Due to traffic concerns, some folks are just rolling in that have good intentions to be here on time. We are delaying starts for about 10 minutes. Those that are just showing up probably appreciate that. So 10-minute delay for start time. We start at 7:10. For those already joining us on the stream, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're live here at the Velodrome every Friday night at 7 o'clock. We are getting the stream started like we usually do. However, we just made the announcement racing is going to be delayed. So the race start time, that first event you see on our schedule tonight, the Cat 3 men racing a 15-lap scratch, will start shortly, but we got a bit of a delay, more like 7:10 or so. So in the meantime, we'll ask you to kind of hold tight. We'll keep broadcasting the view here at the track as we wait for what is a pretty high traffic day, so a lot of our contestants are athletes. It sounds like a very game show, some music right now, you know, it's got kind of that vibe. Bring it on down. It's the Price is Right kind of a vibe. We got more athletes coming in from the area that are just a little bit delayed thanks to all the traffic, and we'll get started at 7:10 p.m. here tonight at the Velodrome for some great Friday night racing. We'll call for Cat 4 men for rollout now so we can get that started and be plenty ready for racing when it's time. Cat 4 men competitors, we'll call for rollout now. Our officials are asking to get that done nice and early. So Cat 4 men, rollout on the home straight. Thank you.
Nobody's like us. When people see us, they know. I feel so much for you that I don't know what to do. 'Cause someone was before you, and someone let me go. This time I must know for sure. 'Cause someone was before you, and someone let me go. But I just need to be sure. Some say love's not for the bitter ones. Some say love will only bring you down. Some say love can feel much better now, better now. But will you let me down? But will you let me down? But will you let me down? Oh yeah, oh yeah. But will you let me down?
Cat 4 men should all be completing rollout on the home straight if you have not made it there yet. Last call for rollout for Cat 4 men on the home straight. And we are still about 10 minutes out for racing to begin here tonight. We pushed things back to 7:10 in the evening since we have pretty bad traffic in the area and some of our traveling athletes coming into the velodrome were a little bit delayed. So we are starting at 7:10. So if you're just tuning in for our regular start time on the stream at 7 o'clock, we'll be starting here pretty shortly. Riders, you still have at least 5 minutes of warm-up time on the track before we'll close things down and get ready for racing tonight.
Check 1 2 1. Range check 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. Oh, that's better. Just had to move a little bit closer. Corey, it's a wonderful afternoon here in the Pacific Northwest. What's on tap for tonight in terms of racing?
Well, the program has got just 2 races for 3 categories tonight. So we start off with a scratch race with Preems. Riders going out for a relatively short scratch race. And then we got the big points. And they're big. One of them's 50 laps tonight. Nolan, do you have that kind of patience for points racing?
You know, I might just tuck myself in over here in the beer garden as that one transpires.
That sounds like a decent plan. Good to have you on the staff side today.
Good to be here, Corey.
Very good. So currently in that delay time here, still waiting for racing to start. Good time to come on over and join Nolan and the rowdy crowd over there in the beverage garden. We've got Postdoc Brewing and Locust Ciders pouring like we do all season long on Friday nights and for our special events. You can also head over to 314 Pies and pick up an order today for some food. If you forgot to bring in the picnic today, or maybe on your way out of the park if you need a little late night snack. 314 Pies is hanging out with us tonight with some great savory pies, vegetarian options available as well. We will start racing in less than 10 minutes. Time now is 7:02 p.m. All right, and with that, we are ringing the bell on the track to ask riders to exit at their earliest convenience. Track is closed. Closing down the track. Track is closed. Lex on the back straight as soon as you can. And as those riders are exiting, we're going to start gathering up for a meeting on the infield as well. So we'll try to hasten that process. Riders exit, and we will get this rider meeting started soon. Thank you. Track is closed. And so we get the next thing moving here. Let's go ahead and call our riders together, please, on the infield. Riders, let's gather up for a quick meeting on the infield about tonight's racing. Thank you. Riders, meeting on the infield. Thank you. All right. We start things off tonight with our Cat 3 men, please, coming to the rail. And with that, I can officially welcome you to tonight's proceedings. It is Friday Night Racing, delayed a little bit, but we're here and we're ready to go. It's a smaller night tonight. We got a few less riders in town. To be quite transparent, there's also some really great criterium races happening in a couple different places across the country that we're up against. Just some other scheduling issues this week. It's cool. We still got some racing going on. Our Cat 3 men are going out for a scratch race with Preems. And you can listen for me up here on the deck to ring the bell twice for two $20 Preems during the race, riders. Indigo tuning in, one of our junior competitors already chiming in on the stream and saying, go juniors, all the way from Ontario. Thanks for tuning in to watch up there. You too can pick up the stream and share it with friends and family and let them know that we are streaming racing here every Friday night. Velodrome.org/live to pick up the stream now. All right, and the scratch race is going. There's two Preems during the race, so again, I'll ring the bell for those. Otherwise, it's a 15-lap scratch race, 15 laps to the finish line. Bell will ring at 1 to go to let the riders know that they're finishing up on the next lap. After this will be the Open Marymore Crawl, and I got a Camp Velo graduation, some young riders that are coming out after the crawl, so we'll get set for that as soon as this race is all wrapped up. Small day today, a few less riders than on a normal Friday night. We did have our big long weekend event last week also, so our regional championships going on here at the track. Fred's Race 2022 wrapped up last weekend, and we're a couple weeks out now from the next big race at the Velodrome, so we're in a kind of maybe in a bit of a summer lull here this week. Still a beautiful night to be at the Velodrome and enjoy a nice evening together in the sunny evening here at Marymore Park. And racing's underway. It's 15 to go, and Tyler Arnoldi, number 301 in the all black, will start things off fast on lap number 1. Kit Colbert in the gray joins in on this early effort. So two riders applying early pressure here in the scratch race. Any lap could be the one with the Preem, so you never know when that's going to come out. Also joined tonight by my other talent on the microphone, Nolan Adams, who's out there in the beverage garden hanging out with some people. If we want to get interviews, wherever I have my on-field help, Chase is going to be walking around with some camera views. Nolan's going to be your guy for interviewing. He's got the microphone and an all-star personality. Where are you at, Nolan? You having a good time over there in the beverage garden? How's things looking this evening?
I'm too far.
Are you coming into range? You're going to take the walk. All right, you got it. He's coming back. Man, you thought you were going to just have a relaxed evening out here? No way. Tyler Arnoldi in the black still on the lead with Kit Colbert right behind him. The field's starting to feel like they need to try to get back on this one. And the field looks like they're going to bring their way up. The favorite of the field tonight, Wade Schultz in the black and green with that black helmet, waking his way up. How's it looking down there, Nolan?
Wade looks like he's sandbagging as usual. Oh, did you mean the beer garden?
Yeah, I mean, how's the vibe this evening? How we doing?
You know, it could be better, but I get it. It's the first race. They're warming up to this whole track racing thing. And a little bit more liquid courage, I think, will get them all riled up.
Very good. It is a beautiful night here tonight. It looked a little bit, I don't know, less than ideal earlier on today, but the clouds burnt off, and we have a beautiful evening tonight. How about we heat things up a little bit more with one of our first Preems, $20 to lead the lap, $20 to lead the lap, $20 to lead the lap. Who's going to make the move for this one? Look out for San Douglas Flow Factory Cycling Team in that sort of forest green color, trying to make his way around the outside. And it'll go back to the sprinter's lane now as at 10 to go. Ooh, not fast enough as Wade's coming in hot for that one. Instead, it'll be Justin Captis for Premier Racing, a recent upgrader out of the Cat 4 field, picking that one up. Okay, what about this move here, Nolan? That's is Wade sandbagging anymore, or what's happening now?
You know, he must have heard me when I was talking trash. So this checks out. You know, I know his fitness has been pretty good this summer. I'm not surprised with this move. With only 9 to go, I'd reckon he stays away.
Yeah, he's done this a few times this season. He's putting together, I think, a pretty strong campaign to get his upgrade here pretty quick. And I seem to recall the season before we shut down for the pandemic, he was out here quite a bit, showing a very similar sort of pace and working on getting that upgrade in the Cat 1-2 field.
You know, as a Cat 1-2 myself, it makes me a little nervous seeing somebody in the 3s with this amount of fitness.
Yeah, that'll certainly pick up the pace for that group too. So fast riders are good. My
14th overall in the standings for this season might be hampered by this incoming missile.
Yeah, he's certainly a speedy one. Liquid Velo still off the front. I'm going to have to be smarter with this, but that's okay. For now, I got another bell at 7 to go, and this will be another scratch preem here. $20 to lead the lap. At 7 to go. So the way this works, we're talking about upgrades. Nolan and I are talking a little bit about the system behind the riders and how they earn those upgrades. You win races to earn points, essentially, that apply to a license, and then eventually you can say, hey, I'm ready to become the next category. Boom, you get your upgrade, you're in the next group, you race for longer and usually in faster fields. Wade gets a little extra reward for the solo effort off the front at 6 to go and pick up the second of 2 preems, and is at 6 to go looking as if, as Nolan called it, probably not going to be coming back anytime soon. Let's check out what the rest of the riders are doing here. As if we go look in turn 2, the black and orange of Fell Swoop, that's Ben Flom, who has made his way off of the field and has been in the solo break effort to try to bridge back up to the leader. Even if he's not able to get there, certainly trying to secure a top 3 place tonight for the black and orange team. And then the rest of the field just now entering turn 3 with 5 riders together. That's Kit Colbert pulling out of the way for Tyler Arnoldi. One of our juniors there, it looks like that's Itai Malakoff in second wheel. This group seeing 5 to go as they come across the line.
They don't really seem to be gaining on Ben. I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed away as well, though the difference in speed between Wade, Ben, and the field seems to have stagnated just a touch.
Yeah, so they fell into sort of a tempo at this point. Wade still seems to be climbing an inch per lap, if not maybe more than that, towards the field. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty static in terms of their position as we come into the final 4 laps.
How can you measure that?
It's a feel thing, you know. Don't challenge me on these things. It's a subjective science.
I won't fight you.
All right. Riding his way towards the win here at 3 to go is Wade off the front. 3 to go. Up next is the Open Marymore Crawl, so any riders wanting to compete in that will want to get themselves set to go. It's just 3 laps away. And you might as well, there's not too many races tonight. Let's have some fun with the crawl this evening. Yeah, there's not really a strong junior showing either. There's a few of them out here tonight, but not a ton. So might as well. We're going to need some help in the crawl if there's no juniors competing today. Wade seeing 2 to go. Team Liquid Velo, number 330 off the front. Here's Ben Flom again, a rider who's been in second place. This is a great ride for him, too. A solo effort is never easy. Might be kind of fun to look at this field for a moment. Who out of here has got the quick turn? On an evening like this, I actually kind of watching the junior. I don't know. 324, someone to watch out of this group. What do you think, Nolan?
If we got 1 to go here for Wade, who's probably just going to shut it down. He's going to coast in for the win. I wouldn't be surprised if Tyler Arnoldi sitting in third wheel. I mean, it looks like he's letting a gap open, maybe a little rush room. And if he attacked the field here, he might be able to solo. Yeah, we'll take it here, though.
Yep, as they come around the corner now, it's starting to open up as the blue of Gene Johnson Cycling is making the move at the bell. This is the sprint for 3rd place, so still top 3 placings here as the rider from Gene Johnson, Andrew Lynch, is making a good move here away from the field. We'll check in on our winner here. Here comes Wade, looking strong as ever, number 330. And Ben Flom looks like he's going to be able to cruise for this finish too. Fell Swoop picking up the second place, and here comes Andrew Lynch dropping the rest of the field pretty early on. It'll be Itai out of the remaining riders to pick up fourth. Cat 3 men all wrapped up now. They're going to make their exit on the back straight, and we'll call for the crawl competitors. Call for the crawl to turn 4. Calling everyone for the crawl, turn 4. Camp Velo graduates will be up after this, so have the gear ready. We'll be calling you onto the track after the crawl is completed. That's the race that we're setting up right now. So on deck is the Camp Velo graduates. Open crawl competition now onto the track. All right, we're getting them up there into corner 4. A few of our competitors from last field might be joining. Just like the race itself. You got to mosey your way over. It's the slow lap. All right. Everybody but the staff shirts should be off the track. Here comes our group for the crawl. All right. The way this race works, riders cannot go across the finish line until the bell rings. They can't put their feet down on the ground. They can't lean over on somebody. They have to just stay upright under their own power. So to balance on the bike as slow as they can for at least 3 minutes. Typically in the crawl, we've got this 3-minute timer or more. Let's see, number 4, Andy Baker's down there. Noel's approaching.
Yeah, Andy, what's your strategy here tonight?
Ooh, don't get distracted by the guy with the mic.
Yeah, and it'd be really cool if you could just not topple into me right now.
TBD.
All right, well, maybe I'll stand behind you then. All right, Anton. Have you done this ride before?
Once.
And how'd that one go for you?
Not very well.
Is this going to go better?
No.
Great. Good talk.
Make sure you grab some cash before you leave. Oh! Andy Baker grabs it first.
All right. My mic doesn't work down there, so y'all are going to have to come to me if you want some TV time. Oh, here we go. This is a sweet-looking frame. Tell me about it.
It's an Affinity.
An Affinity. And when did you pick that one up?
Last year, the end of last year's season.
And how do you rate it versus everyone else here tonight?
This bike is top-notch.
All right, yours versus the blue Pinarello.
That's something else.
Right, this one's way cooler. We're aligned. Ooh, pink Don Walker with Haldy here. This is nice. Hey, Haldy, how many bikes do you own?
14.
Oh, he got one. The crawl's getting rough over here.
This bike looks fast. Would you say that it's overcompensating for your fitness?
Yes.
We're all rooting for Tomko now.
Yeah, no. That was a bit harsh. I didn't mean that.
That was beautiful. I love it.
He's faster than me
That's fair.
tonight.
Tomko's foot comes down. We only got 3 left in the field.
You know, Maddie's back here just chilling. Just chilling. Hey, Maddie, I got a really important question for you. What's for dinner tonight?
I mean, it depends on whether we win this or not, right? Like, go to the food truck or not.
Well, it's the winnings here. If he takes this race, what's he
I
get?
heard Tyler's got money for you already. You can just go grab it. You don't even have to stay in. I mean, it's $20 to win, but I think he's got at least a beer there.
Okay,
Maddie.
so with an extra.
Oh, Isabel! One to go. 442 is Patrick Sheedy from the junior team makes it in. Always got to be a junior represented in the crawl. Big jump for Patrick, too. He was close to the line. Justin Captis with the fastest bike here tonight, apparently. Trying to hold on to the attack here. Maddie Hers accelerating as well. Sheedy's trying to hold on to the lead. Hers chasing him down. The slowest lap in track racing is about to wrap up. The kids almost got it. Whoa! Hers! Sheedy. Maddie Hers, one of our Cat 1-2 man, and with a great season of racing here. And then one of our juniors, 442, Patrick Sheedy, makes some great growth this year as a competitor. Always fun. The Marymore Crawl, our fun novelty race here, invented right here at this velodrome. Often imitated, but always this is the home of that race. Hey, they got the Camp Velo graduation race coming up next. So we're going to bring out some riders from last week. I'll talk a little bit about Camp Velo in general as the race is going on, and a little bit more about our junior programs here. But all Camp Velo riders, if you're on the home straight, come on out to the home straight rail and get lined up. Okay, so we're doing all together. Fantastic. It's a team sprint. A handicap. Oh, okay. Handicap scratch. You got it. All right, so we'll get our graduates out here onto the track. The purpose of this is that we think it's a nice way to recognize and welcome in some juniors into our community. Once they complete Camp Velo, they are eligible to start racing on a Monday night. So Monday night racing is something that they can now start participating in after completing Camp Velo, a week-long experience that they just finished up today. Their last day of camp was earlier this afternoon. So we're going to do a handicap scratch for the three of them as we are going to start them all on the same side here. And as we get them started, they go around the track a few laps here for some fun. And we'll make sure to make lots of noise and welcome our new young riders to the track. I'm going to show 2 to go on the lap cards. Very good. Coach Kelly over here, one of our just about to be a graduate of the whole junior experience at the Velodrome. Give us some last minute tips. We're set to go. All right. 2 laps around the track in total for our group of 3. Very good. All right. Our first rider off. They all have 2 to go. We're just going to stagger their start. You only get to see them 2 times around, so make sure to make some noise for them as they come by. So these juniors put in the hard work this week. They came out 5 days from Monday through Friday and got training from our great staff. Kelly, of course, you saw her down there, one of our junior riders, and Coach Kelly for the juniors, as she's out here giving a ton of support. And as they come around, she'll announce their names as they come on the home straight so we can see who we have here today. But these kids have put in a lot of work this week, and so now we say, welcome to track racing. Why don't you race on a Friday night in front of the crowd? Who we got here, Kelly?
Coming around right now, we've got Eloise. Following her is a conch, and then Ryder right on his wheel.
All right, our 2 pursuants getting a little closer. Only a lot to catch. We'll see how they come around on lap 2. You too can put a junior into the Camp Velo program by signing them up at velodrome.org. Under the education tab, there are spots for try the track classes, which are hour-long, free for the kids. Only $10 for adults to come out on the track. and you'll get a quick little startup guide, and the bike is included in part of your registration, so you don't even need a track bike. These kids, though, Camp Velo, you can also sign up for velodrome.org, 9 to 15-year-old program. Nice job for our new joiners here at the Velodrome. Great racing, and congrats on finishing the fun week. Everybody racing a great, safe race tonight. Hope to see them for some more competition in the future. These kids got all the training they need to keep coming back out. We will definitely make sure these riders are off of the track and safely on their way, as they're going to be exiting before we get our next group up. Speaking of which, the Cat 4 men should be set to go for their scratch with Preems here very shortly. That's right, you two can come out and try the track. We just talked about the juniors, but hey, adults can get out here too. This Velodrome is a great place to learn. You might be intimidated by those corners. We're the gentle giant of track racing, though. Nice and gentle in the corners. More extreme corners can be found, much more severe angles in the bank if you go to a shorter track. This is a great facility to learn at, though. So adult classes available as well as adult try the track. Adult classes are a weekend event, just a 4-hour-long class for $40. You still get the bike. You just got to bring some athletic gear, and we'll get you started up at the end of a 4-hour class. You too can start racing as part of the novice nights, where we have novice racers coming in on Mondays to get all the training and help they need. One more round of applause for our Camp Velo graduates making their way out the track. Congrats and thank you for joining us here tonight. So glad to have you, and we hope to see you again out here at the Velodrome with some more racing. Got a couple supports. Nolan, you got some call-outs already for your dance moves, so especially after last week, like, way to be back on your feet and showing we're glad to have you up and having a good time tonight. And then also Carl Cunningham says that Maddie eats filet mignon, apparently. So, for the win in the crawl. All right. Track is good. Let's bring them up. Cat 4 men to the rail. We are secured and safe and ready to start the rest of our racing tonight. Thanks again for the kids and mom and dad for coming out and making that possible for the Camp Velo graduation. We got Cat 4 men scratch, followed by the Cat 1 2 men scratch race coming up next. All right, rules are very similar to that first race we saw tonight from the Cat 3 men. It's a 15-lap event with 2 Preems. I'll ring the bell, let the riders know. They got $20 on the line to lead the lap when the bell's ringing. This is our Cat 4 men category. Showing up in good numbers here tonight on a Friday night. And they'll be going out again for this scratch race. Currently in the neutral, make sure nobody has an unfair start before racing gets underway. They'll get the whistle from the officials team. Those are our staff members in the blue shirts, making sure riders are kept safe out there and following the rules. And they get the signal for racing to begin. 15 laps of racing begins now. Gene Johnson Cycling starts things off in the sprinter's lane at the front as Kevin Ulrich, number 410, leads the lap. Looks like Damn Fam is up next door to him too, so sort of bunching up as a 2-lane formation early on in the race. Looks like Dan's going to take the lead from the other rider. Almost a sort of an early attack here as he's trying to open things up in the very first lap. Dan Pham still on the attack, maybe hoping for an early preem, or if nothing else, just apply this early pressure and stretch things out a bit. Speed can be a really good way to make a group safer too, as it puts everybody in a single file line. Everybody's going to get behind somebody in front of them. All that work done at the front by the lead rider, you get the benefit of that if you can get in behind them and get close to the wheel. So we see under the pressure there of Dan Pham, everybody follows the wheel nicely. Now 13 to go. I got a bell for $20 to lead the lap. $20 to lead the lap. $20 to lead the lap. Motivation for sure for these riders. That appears to be one of the speedsters out of the Jerry Baker Jr.'s team, Anton, with the orange bike. Money, a good motivator for this youngster. He goes on to pick up the $20. Anton, 429, flying in for that one, and he'll immediately abandon the effort so that he can come back into the field and recover for the next $20. That's what he's thinking. Let's pick up both. Why not? It is now time for us to start getting excited about the Vision Grand Prix. So I'll mention a few times tonight and make sure you know, have that on your calendar. It is August 12th and 13th here at the Velodrome. We have a 7 o'clock start time, both Friday and Saturday for mass start racing. $10,000 overall in the cash purse and $5,000 in merchandise or more. It is a big draw for riders to come in, even from out of the area. We'll have riders fly in from out of this region, even out of the country, to compete for the Vision Grand Prix. For the fans out there that enjoy great racing at the Velodrome, this is the weekend you want to be here for sure, as it is promises to be some of the best action we'll see all year long. That's again August 12th and August 13th. Racers, you too can start getting excited for the Grand Prix, and one of the first things you should do is, if you know you're planning to come, get registered now. You can go to velodrome.org and under the racing tab, find the special events, the Vision Grand Prix, or right on the homepage, it's the first banner that should pop up right in your face. Just look for the big red poster. Read more details on the website and get registered today for racing at the 2022 Vision Grand Prix, coming here August 12th and August 13th. On the track, things looking pretty moot overall. Riders taking their turns at the front, just sort of rotating in and out of who's at the lead. Hodges for a moment at the front, the rider in green. Nine to go. That's number 436, Michael Magger out of Seattle, leading the lap for a moment. Our average fields are made up from riders in the Seattle greater area, so coming all the way from places like around Lake Washington, that sort of area. Sometimes we'll get, for some of our bigger events, you'll see here at the Velodrome, riders coming in from Bellingham down to Portland, sort of that stretch. Again, the Grand Prix, we'll look to see some riders coming in from all of the areas around here, including out of state and out of country even. But on average Friday night, a lot of Seattle area cities coming in here to throw down and see who's going to be the champion in all of these different events on any given night. Field seeing 7 to go and still mostly all together. Nobody wants to create too much pressure from the front yet, as it's been relatively stagnant. You'll notice in the formation of the field has been too wide for most of this race, leading us to believe that the only time that we're going to see speed is either on those preem laps or at the end, and that's really where riders are going to open things up. Maybe a lot of these riders sort of estimating that they all have the top speed needed to close down and win at the end in a bunch sprint. And it's 6 to go. I got $20 to lead this lap. $20 to lead the lap. $20 to lead the lap. Patrick was looking around going like, oh, I might as well. Number 442, came in second in the crawl with a great race there. Trying to go off and win this one, but he's got some hot pursuers this time. Sheedy's leading the way around the corner. Almost felt compelled to make the sprint based on the way he responded to the bell ring, and hits the home straight now. It's going to be two riders going side by side. The advantage should go to the rider coming around the outside, and indeed it will be. Number 464, Michael Copenhaver for the Bayview Bicycles team. Picks up the 20. Great opportunity for this smart rider to make the attack as riders want to recover after the sprint. You can never count this out, as after a move like that, riders are going to want to recover and rest. And instead, it looks like Kevin Hodges says time to move. Another rider out of Seattle riding for the Found Cycling team. If you're here on a Friday night, you will see a lot of riders from this team out here as they have made their way here to the track quite a bit in 2022. This group of three now finding themselves kind of clawing their way back towards the leader. But the rider in green, halfway down the back straight, is on the lead of the race and is on his way to winning this thing, as Kevin's now just going to try to keep on his pace, find a good tempo, and try to secure the victory. We have a move, though, out of the group. That's Paul Rackness, number 425, thinks he might be able to get there. This is a big bridging effort by the rider in red for Audi Racing, as he's got a ways down the home straight to catch onto the leader. Rackness is on his way to closing the gap down. He's made good progress. Will he make it all the way there? He has the time. He's got 2 to go. Hodges trying to hold on for the win here. Put your hands together, folks. It's 2 to go. Hodges on the front. Paul Rackness in pursuit. The tempo was looking really good to start, but it is so hard to finish these efforts. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to hide. There's no one to take a break behind. You just got to finish it. But excellent work by the rider for Audi Racing. He's almost there. As the rider for Found Cycling with the perfectly timed attack will probably still be at the front of this bell's ringing as they round the corner. Indeed, a rider in green gets the bell first. 1 to go, 1 to go. Rackness in pursuit, almost there. We'll see how the rest of the riders in this field are doing as well, as we've got the bell ringing for them. 410 is Kevin Ulrich as the next rider out of the field, trying to work his way around the track to win this thing. Down the back straight, though. Let's see what's going on with the rider in red. He's almost there. He makes the closing effort. Paul Rackness all the way back from the field. Catches and goes around the top. The rider in red for Audi Racing will grab the victory. And our rider for Found Cycling with a great attack, number 430 something folded over on my side. But Kevin with a great race here in the sprint for third, still good. Oh, the junior, I think it's Anton, with a great final turn of speed to close it down for third overall. I think Kevin Ulrich will find himself in fourth. Great race for the Cat 4 man. Excellent scratch race tonight for this field. A couple more finishers still coming around, and they're still racing against each other. That's fantastic. On deck here, the Cat 1-2 men are almost ready to start. All right, I think we can safely say those riders are going to make their way off, and the track should be clear. Let's bring up our next group to the rail. Cat 1-2 men, please, to the rail for the scratch with Preems. Same rules apply. I got 2 bells for you. Each one's worth $20. All right, and off we go for the final scratch tonight. After this, we jump into a series of some long points races. This one, we've got Preems again for the Cat 1-2 men, $20 2 times during the event. And much as on par with the rest of our racing tonight. A little bit small of a group for Friday night. I'm sure Nolan's going to have some commentary to offer for this field, as we know these riders very well. This is a field of very familiar faces here at the track. We've seen them practically all season. Just kind of bringing it down to a slightly smaller crew tonight, which would still be fun to watch how this one unfolds. I think I've got an early favorite for this one, but it's hard to say in a smaller field like this how this is going to look. And racing is underway. It's 20 to go. All right, down the back straight, our early leader in the race, number 4, Andy Baker, and also one of my early favorites to win it. Showed some great strength in Fred's race. An overall sort of endurance, strong competitor with the ability to sprint. Great in a points race, and this longer scratch race with a couple of preems I think will fit him pretty well. Nolan, looking at the small crew that's here tonight. Again, I'm calling out number 4 pretty early on. I know there's a couple other names in there that I want to get to. Who are you thinking might be showing up for a scratch race tonight? Got number 15, Matty Hers out there. We got Richter coming into town to compete. Chris Wilson has been a firecracker this year in 2022.
When you say coming into town, is that because Ballard is just so deep?
Yeah, it's quite the drive. You know what I mean?
I agree, especially with 520 just being literally on fire, apparently.
Well, Ballard, it is kind of like going to another city almost. It's not Seattle. It's too far out, you know? It's tough to get over there.
I agree. That's the only reason I haven't bought property over there.
Right, I'm sure.
So the big hitters tonight for me, I think you've noted them. Andy Baker, Richter, always a threat. I could see in this small group the field attacking quite a bit, and maybe a group of 2 or 3 get away. Somebody like Carl, or maybe Matty could be in that. Chris Wilson is known to attack. I think there's I guess what I'm saying is it could be anybody. I wouldn't put my money anywhere.
Yeah, it's hard to say this early in the race state, right? It's too neutral of a state for us to know who's going to come forth. But the preems will certainly, I think, also kind of, one thing that oftentimes these scratch races with preems does is it sort of encourages some of those heavy hitters to sit in a bit longer, right? They want to get the cash before doing anything too crazy, or sort of being careful with it. It seems to sort of change the dynamic, at least when I'm watching these races.
Yeah, did we ever discuss if, like, giving money to these folks is truly needed? I just look at all their bikes and I say to myself, they've been buying everything they want already. So, like, really is 10 or 20 bucks moving the needle somehow?
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll give these riders their money, and then we won't give you any more in the future. Let's all make it up. We'll make it fair.
No, if you could just take my wage from tonight and just gift it to these people with good jobs, that'd be great.
Okay, very good. Seeing 15 to go. Still all together, kind of single file formation. If you're looking for another one to look out for, we haven't talked about Mario Sandoval, number 24, who is in the Rider of the Year jersey at the front, although just for a moment. I think that's number 5, Christian Miller, who only, I think, started joining us again, right, coming into Fred's race, trying to make an attack here. And he's on a very good lap to do it, because I got the Bell lap, $20 to lead the lap, $20 to lead the lap, $20 to lead the lap. Who's on the wheel there? That's 27, Chris Wilson, also at the front. Here comes some of those other big names. Here's number 4, Andy Baker, making the rest of the field look like they're sitting still on this attack of his. Wilson and Baker at the front. I wonder how this one concludes after the sprint. Let's see what these riders do. Andy Baker, number 4, for the first $20, and he is not slowing up. This is not a surprising decision by the rider for the Broadmark Realty Capital team.
Was there a second preem here for this next lap?
Not ringing the bell right now.
I think he must have heard it. It must be echoing in his helmet or something. There's definitely no preem. Somebody should let him know.
You know, he might be playing for something else. The win, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. The field is knocking pretty close here at 12 to go. Number 4 still putting in an effort, making the riders have to catch him. That does not look like he is in his full effort, though. In fact, he will abandon pretty quickly. This is Little Max for Beat Cycling. You mentioned a few riders that want to get away from the field. I always think of number 35 as being willing to do some of that work if he wants to be a top finisher. Carl Hofer, the rider in red right behind him, is another rider who seems to get faster as the races get longer. I look for him to do really well tonight in the long points race. Sandoval, the rider in the leader's jersey for the season so far, pulls up and out of the way and starts to find his way back towards the middle. Underneath that jersey, he's riding for the green of Fount Cycling Guild, another one of the riders for the team. At the front of the group, number 7, Dave Richter. There's Matty Hers moving up to the front, number 15. A scratch race often comes down to sort of a moderate tempo coming into full top speed. A bunch sprint at the end is a very common way to finish a race. I dare say, I was straight surprised by Matty and Kieran during Fred's race taking the victory. His top speed could be a big factor here tonight, as the rider at the back is someone to certainly watch if we get ourselves into a bunch sprint scenario and he's got a good position. Sort of fallen into a pace line here for a few laps. Mike Darlene, the rider in blue for Center Cycles, takes his turn on the back straight. It's relatively common here at our velodrome. These half laps are pretty long. It's a 400-meter track, so a 200-meter pole is a pretty good amount of time to be on the front. So if the riders are sort of in that sort of shared effort mentality like they are right now, you'll see them take the home straight or the back straight and then pull up and out of the way and find a place in the field. There's Hofer and Sandoval both pull up at the same time. There's number 4 Baker at the front again with Richter on the wheel and Ludo Max lined up behind. 7 to go. Just watching the movement here in the field, it would appear that a couple riders are showing that they are not ready for the tempo being set here, so the field's starting to thin out a little bit. You can even watch just sort of the consistency of movement, the spin from the riders as they're in their efforts and how comfortable they look at these tempos to kind of get a sense of where they are. The middle of the field looking very calm right now. If you look at the wheels of number 15 and number 4, even number 7, everybody seems ready still and poised to make an attack. It just saw 6 to go. Seeing 5 to go, not many laps left. Matty Hers at the front. Wearing that champion's jersey for the Fred's Regional Championships. Just had that event last weekend. Matty Hers remembering to bring out his champion jersey when it's time to race. It's something he's been a victor in our region. He's got the...
You know, Corey, there's still a couple folks in this field that I would not put into the sprinter bucket, and I would expect for them to try to make a move here as the number of laps dwindles. We're now at 4 to go. So the next 2 or 3 laps...
Oh, did I lose you? You're
still
back.
here? I
Yeah,
think
we're
maybe
good.
the battery's dying. I'll check
Okay.
on that later.
Sounds good.
But there's a couple folks here that I would expect to make an attack in the next 2 laps. Otherwise, if it does come down to a sprint, that will be drastically reduced.
I know, the wireless thing. I got to ring the bell right now for $20 preem. $20 to lead the lap next time around. $20 to lead the lap next time around. Down the back straight, number 4 is at the front. Those early attacks that we're talking about, the time's running out, so this may be the invitation to just go, go, go. That Nolan was talking about is if you wait for the end, it's truly a bunch sprint. Those time is running out, but this is a very late preem. Number 4 and number 15 going side by side. It's Matty Hers cruising in comfortably for that one. Are they going to keep rolling? They are not. They're going to reset, but that's what Chris Wilson will set the attack. This is what Nolan was warning about. Off we go. All right, Wilson was on the attack. The response from the 2 Riders in the preem, and the bell's ringing. It's 1 to go in the scratch race. 1 to go. I know you may not think of it. They can hear you, folks, as they come by. We're going to want to give some noise as the riders hit the home straight this time, as it's Mario Sandoval, Rider of the Year jersey. A great sprinter out of the field, number 24, trying to make a good move here tonight. He's got Richter right there. They're on the same team, but they got to race against each other here tonight. Richter and Sandoval. Richter, Sandoval. Sandoval by a bike. Number 7, Richter takes second place, and it'll be Matty Hers in third overall in the big bunch sprint. Got a call out there on the stream for Chris Wilson during the racing action. Fountain doing well there. Chris may not have been up at the front of that one, but man, the tempo was really fast on that race. That one never let off. It's time to bring out our next group to the rail, please. Cat 3 men are back this time for the long points. Cat 3 men to the rail, please. All right, our riders going out for 30 laps of competition in this points race. All points racing works the same. I'll talk about it here shortly as the race is underway. During the last race, we did have an official warning going out to number 23, Carl Hofer. Just had a lot going on. I couldn't quite get it out, but coming into the sprinter's lane, I believe around the 5 to 6 to go mark. Maybe earlier than that even. Okay. Apologize for not getting the warning out earlier. There's a lot going on. All right. On the track right now, though, this points race, riders are going to get the bell 6 times. 5 laps separating each of the bells. On the bell laps, riders are going to be sprinting for 5, 3, 2, and 1 at the front. That's 5 points to the leader, 3 points to second, 2 for the third, and 1 for the fourth rider. Double points on the final sprint. Rider with the most number of points is your winner. Whistle says racing can begin. Cat 3 men, 30 laps. Points racing happening here on the track, and bam! Stanley Douglas says, I'm going now. He read the lap cards and it said 3 to go. He didn't see the 0. Yeah, 360, making the move for Flow Factory Cycling Team. That's a change of kit this year. I don't know. That's some new colors. I'm still getting used to it.
I wonder if he's trying to set a new power PR.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just so used to him being the Red Power Ranger. I'm still also getting used to this, you know?
Good point, good point. That Red Power Ranger skin suit is pretty nice.
That's pretty rocking. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's shaking his head.
It is, oh, full Top Gun. Oh, I see. Okay, Top Gun look, I get it. Yeah, it seems like right off the front, I was jesting, but we knew this was kind of what he was out here to do. Just have a top speed off the front of the field. See how things go for the first couple of laps and see what he can get out of it. No bell yet. It's still 27 to go. Bell next time, Stan. You got to keep rocking it. .306, Ben Flom, the finisher. In the last race, we saw him in second place. At the front of the field there for a moment, the rider in the black and orange for Fell Swoop Racing. And there's our early favorite. We call it before the racing starts, number 330, Wade Schultz in the black and green, sitting on the front of the field. I would pick him to win this race as well tonight. Bell's ringing for Stan. Douglas, hey, one more effort out of the saddle and you'll get some points next time around. Bell's ringing for the field as well. Tyler Arnoldi leading the efforts right now. Kit Colbert right behind. The field is sprinting for 3 points, unless they can catch Stan, who seems to have, he's starting to pedal backwards here. Here they come. It's Andrew Lynch for Johnson Cycling Team, swooping over the top. And here comes Wade for the first 5. Andrew Lynch for 3. Itai Malakoff for 2. Ben Flom for 1. And it looks like we're going to talk with the winner of the last race down on field. We're going to send him down to our team to chat with Sandoval. Super Mario, how's it going down there?
Hey, Corey, I'm down here with Mario, winner of the scratch race there. Mario, walk me through the first half versus second half. How did you sort of break that apart?
I broke it apart as I had my Wheaties this morning, and then I had 2 Mighty O donuts, and I knew I was going to win.
Well, with all those carbs, of course, all that energy would come out. So in the last couple laps, looked like you were just tailing the rider in front of you. Was that always the game plan, or is that just how it worked out for you?
I felt the pace go up 2 or 3 times, and I knew just to get there and recover, and then I knew nobody could match my sprint, so I knew it was lights out.
Right. And with, oh boy. Oh. Yeah, I was going to make a joke about myself sprinting, but it's just not there. Just like my sprint. Not there. Not this year. Okay, so with this win in the first race of the night, what do you got going on for the second race?
That's easy, win.
Points race. That's your go-to.
Yeah. I'm going to win that, keep the jersey going. If not, Dave or Chris will win, and we'll call it a successful night.
Fantastic. Well, you heard it here. Mario's going to go 1-1 both races tonight. So back up to you, Corey.
All
Thanks,
right.
Mario.
Okay, say hi to
Fantastic.
Smart real quick.
Oh, Mario has one shout out here. Hold on.
Oh, you got it.
I just want to say hi to Morgan Beasley.
Ooh, shout out to Morgan.
All right.
Wherever she is.
Nice. Thanks, team. And congrats again to our athlete Super Mario down there, trying to hold on to that Rider of the Year jersey and preparing for the long points race coming up for their group later on tonight. On the field, we see your current race leader with 5 points, number 330, making the attack before the bells ring, and off he goes. Sustin Captis on the lead of the field, number 334, trying to keep him close. Well, that's a very tall order for this group to keep Wade close.
Yes, Malakoff.
That's Wade Schultz for 5, Ben Flom for 3, Itai Malakoff for 2, and Kit Colbert for 1. All right, I know for sure that your race leader, Wade Schultz, with 10 points in the black and green, he's going to sit up and actually let this thing come back together again. 2 sprints completed, 4 more to go. Thanks to all the folks that are here watching racing in person. It's a beautiful evening. Not the greatest turnout for racers tonight. We do have some criteriums going on across the country that are drawing some of the riders away, and just some other conflicts going on in the race calendar for us this weekend. But we had enough to still make racing happen tonight, and we are happy to have this going on nonetheless, and we're so glad you could join us for the fun. If you're on the stream, one quick thing we'd ask is if you already took the time to turn on some streaming tonight and enjoying the track, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and a subscribe on the YouTube. That'd make a big difference for us this evening, as we're trying to do our best to bring racing to you wherever you're at. Our riders also appreciate the opportunity to go back and re-watch racing as they can. Right now, the action down the back straight is they're on a sprint lap with the black and orange of Ben Flom on the lead of the lap right now. Schultz in the great position to just accelerate and pick up the next 5 here. Andrew Lynch trying to come in for points as well. It's going to be the rider in black and green for 5. Lynch, I believe, for 3 points. 3:06 is Ben Flom for 2. Itai Malakoff gets 1. Wade Schultz still your leader now with 15 points. If you're tuning in on the stream, you also got to look there for a little bit on the front cam of number 306, Ben Flom, who's setting himself in comfortably behind Andrew Lynch now for Gene Johnson Cycling. Got the GoPros out there helping us get the in-racing picture. So if you want to check that out, even if you're here around the track and want to get a look at what it's like there in the race, it's kind of a neat view to check out, as Ben Flom will be our GoPro view here for the Cat 3s and for pretty much all of our fields tonight, actually. It's still Wade Schultz on the lead of the lap, the rider in black and green. Coming onto the home straight now. 13 to go and 2 more laps for a bell. Behind your leader, Wade Schultz, with 15. It's Andrew Lynch with 6 and Ben Flom, both with 6 points. Malakoff has 5, good for 4th, and Kit Colbert with 1. All the rest of the racers looking for points. At 11 to go, it's Wade Schultz still on the lead. The race for second is very interesting, though, as there's 3 riders all within a point of each other. And these next couple sprints are going to start really sorting this out. Who's going to be in second at the end of this one? 11 to go. Ben Flom, 3:06 on the outside. One of those riders with points in the fight for second. On his wheel, the junior, Itai Malakoff, and then Andrew Lynch in the blue. All those riders are a point apart from one another. Your leader coming around the corner for the big 5 again. 10 to go for Wade. This is a very glorious training session for him. Onto the home straight. Looks like Jerry Baker Jr.'s might be finding the 3 points this time. He'll make the way around the outside. Ben Flom for 2 and Andrew Lynch for 1 this time. That puts Flom and Malakoff into a tie for second. I have them both at 8 points now, with Andrew Lynch moving into 4th at 7 points. So still a point separating 3 riders in this race for second place, as the officials will confirm that is where we're at. And on top of that, of course, is still Wade Schultz now at 20. We'll just keep adding 5 to him every time the bell rings. 2 sprints remaining. I should say we also got the sprint for 10 coming up at the end of the race. So still 15 more points to go. And of course, there's always that encouragement to go catch the field. On deck, the Cat 4 men for their long points.
Hey, Corey, how many more laps till Wade catches? I mean, using your cartographic, eyesight here.
I'm kind of going down now to like a percentage gain. It's been like 5-ish% per lap, and all of a sudden it's hugely increased as he got over that halfway point. He's like gaining 15% of the lap each time around. Look at the gap now. So how about a lap until he catches? Less than a lap at this pace. Look at him go. Ooh. And bam, Bell. The leader catches, plus 20 for Wade. 6 to go. So yeah, in points racing, you catch the field, you get 20 points added. That's how you track the laps, essentially. If you get lapped by the field, you lose 20. Just by the numbers, Wade's practically uncatchable, sitting at 40. His night will be over after this race, so he might as well work as hard as he can here on this race after catching, see what he can do with it. Andrew Lynch now at the front, sprinting for 5. He's got Ben Flom right there. Lynch is trying to find his way towards second place. 5 for Lynch, 3 for Flom, 2 for Colbert, and 1 more for Wade. He's not done yet. All right. Fun stuff. So Wade Schultz, I think, has 41 points after the catch. Andrew Lynch in second now with 12. Ben Flom in third with 11. Malakoff sinking a little bit here in fourth place. He's got 8, so he's got a way to climb back into second. And now Colbert has 3. Everybody else looking for points. The points match the official record. On the back straight, Wade Schultz, after catching the field, is now once again pulling them around. He'll get out of the way pretty quickly, though. One more big sprint to go, and this will certainly break some of the sort of the muck here for second place, as it's been pretty unclear who's going to come forward and win this thing, effectively win this thing, as of course we know it's already Schultz on top of this one. Number 306, Flom, is trailing only by a point behind 319, Andrew Lynch. I suspect if Fell Swoop is going to want to pick up the second place in this field, they may have to make something happen pretty soon here. If it comes down to the field sprint, both Malakoff and Lynch might be able to take it from him. We'll see how they position themselves now as they all sort of race this very hesitantly above the blue line. 2 to go.
Sounds like the junior Itai is getting a lot of pressure for the victory, but if my math is correct, which it usually is, it wouldn't actually be a victory on the line. He would just be in second place.
Right, it's a moral victory at this point, you know? I mean, at some point, you do have to know, what's your race, and when Wade Schultz is showing up here on these Cat 3 race nights, the race isn't against him, it's against the rest. So we'll see what he can do with this as the bell's ringing on the final lap. Justin Captis leading the lap currently. Here comes your rider in third place right now, 306, bringing the leader right behind him, and who will be your eventual winner. The junior third in line in a really good spot, actually. Let's see, as Flom's leading it, that's not a good place to be at this point on the track to try to get the 10 points. Wade's not done yet. He wants to get 10 more. Greedy Wade Schultz. What a greedy man. Coming around the corner, your rider in black and green, picking up the big green. 10 more points for Liquid Velo, and Itai Malakoff gets 6. Ben Flom for 4. Colbert for 2.
What's Wade going to do with all those points? Does he get to redeem them? Is there like a bubblegum shop he gets to turn them in or something?
Yeah, if it was more like a Chuck E. Cheese's, you can go get some more like Velodrome swag or something on the way out, or like a stuffed animal, but unfortunately we don't do that yet. Looks like the track is clear. We can bring our next crew onto the track, please. Cat 4 men to the rail.
I heard straight from the race director here. With that victory, Wade is now officially upgraded to a 1-2 and is mandatory going to be in the 1-2 race here at the end of the night.
All right, very good. Wade, keep you on your bike. Keep warming up. Cool down and warm up immediately. I heard a very faint woo from the Cat 3 men as that was announced. It was like kind of distant, hard to hear. They're all catching their breath. Cat 4 men have a 5x5 format coming up for them, so 25 laps in total. 5 sprints every 5 laps. Same rules apply for the way the points go out. Your winner from the first race tonight, number 425, Paul Rackness. Someone to watch out for here in the field again as our points race gets started. This will favor a different set of racers, though, this sort of endurance-favored ride that's coming up for these riders. After doing the really tough math of adding up the points totals, I still think Ben Flom did enough to hold on to second place, despite Malakoff finishing in front of him. So I think it goes Schultz, Flom, and Malakoff in the top 3 spots. Officials agree. So good race there for the Cat 3 men. Small field, but still came down to some really cool finishing moments there in the last race for them tonight. Whistle sounded, and this long points race is underway now for the Cat 4 men. 25 to go. That's right, make some noise on this opening lap. Get them going. 25 to go, Cat 4 men. Good sized field here tonight considering our low turnouts. It's important these riders could be doing something else like sitting around and being lazy on a Friday night. But they're out here instead, putting on a show and having a great time doing it with this track racing community. And we should never take that for granted, that we have this opportunity for riders and that we're here celebrating that athletic effort. All right, and it turns out we're going to talk to the man himself, Mr. Recent Upgrade, Wade Schultz, down on the field. Let's send it down to our team to check in with Wade.
All right, Wade, so I think you heard, but you got your upgrade. Congratulations.
Thanks for forcing me.
So yes, you must ride 10 by 5 Cat 1-2 points race. How are you thinking that's going to go?
Safely.
Safely. Do you think the Cat 1-2s know what's coming?
They don't like me already.
So you're already a marked rider. All right. Well,
some of my friends though, so they don't like me doubly.
all right. Congratulations on the upgrade, and we all have someone to cheer for in that Cat 1-2 points race. Cadence, yes. All right, good job, Wade.
All right, thank you. Wow. Forcing him to get back on the bike again. That's quite the gift. Like I said, the reward for your success out here at the track is more pain. That's generally how it works. Does that sound about right? That sounds about right. The Cat 4 men gathering themselves up still ahead of this first sprint. First bell at 21 to go, currently showing 22 as they hit the home straight. That was Sean Gata, number 455, another rider for the Jerry Baker Jr.'s team. Talked about them a little bit tonight, a little bit less of a presence from them on this particular Friday evening. However, if you want to know more about the Jerry Baker Jr.'s, they do have their own website and more information about the program. It's a growing program of now over 40 young athletes. And, of course, their families building up this community for young riders. JerryBakerJuniors.org, where you can get a little bit more information about them. 21 to go. Points next time. Manmead is at the front, number 423. Down the back straight, it's still Manmead on the lead of the lap. Kevin Ulrich tries to come in around the top now. Here comes the red jersey that we saw with some success in the scratch, trying to get in on this first sprint as well. Dan Pham moving his way up right behind him. It's Kevin Ulrich at the front, hitting the home straight. Paul Rackness trying to come down the second lane. It'll be Rackness for 5. Dan Pham for 3, I believe. Number 410 is Kevin Ulrich for 2. Manmeet Ranu still holds on for 1 unofficially. The order matches my call, giving Paul Rackness the early lead with 5 points. Dan Pham in second with 3. Kevin Ulrich in third with 2. And Manmeet Ranu in fourth with 1. The race just getting started. They got 4 more chances to sprint, so plenty more things can still happen here for this field. Don't forget, if you're here in the park, you can still pop into the stream really quick. Give us a subscribe and a thumbs up in case you're not able to make it for a Friday night. Or maybe you're going to be out of town for the Vision Grand Prix, but you know this is a cool thing going on here. You don't want to miss the fastest racing of our season. Go ahead and add yourself as a subscriber to the channel. Go to velodrome.org/live to pick up tonight's schedule, results, and a link to the live stream on YouTube going on right now. That's right, velodrome.org/live. We broadcast every one of our Friday night races as well as our special events. You can go back and re-watch old races like the Junior Takeover, Fred's race, or the July 4th special race event we had just a couple weeks ago. Your early leader, the rider in red on the front of the field going down the back straight, that's for the Audi Racing Team, Paul Rackness, with 5 points. Had a big shake-up in the scratch race. He was the winner there, so trying to figure out the recipe to win this points race tonight and have a great Friday night of racing for him. Here's your rider who made the move early in the scratch race. Kevin Hodges, the rider in green. And just that kind of move keys me into the type of endurance that he believes he has, that confidence in the long distance ride, which is certainly something you want to have if you're going to do well in a points race on a Friday night of this length. So the green rider at the front, another one I'm going to be interested to see as the race goes on, how they figure out where to be and how to pick up some points. Kevin Ulrich at the front for a moment for Gene Johnson Cycling. That's Michael Magger in the yellow and orange working his way to the front now. The field fanning out and preparing for this next points opportunity as they see 16 to go. Points next lap, 16 to go. Anton for the junior team. A couple riders having to make the big move around the top just to try to recover on this big effort. Anton speedy from the front middle area of the field. He had a great lane to take the front away. That's Patrick Sheedy behind him. And here comes Rackness looking like he's got some real speed tonight. Top speed is Rackness's game this evening. Great acceleration for the rider for the Audi Racing Team. And it looks like Kevin Hodges is here to play now too. Hodges for 3, Sheedy for 2, and Anton I think still finds 1 point as his teammate nips away one from him. Two in a row to Rackness. He's got 10. After that, we got a bunch of ties. There's no other repeat winners, it looks like. Dan Pham has 3, as does Kevin Hodges, tied for 2nd. And tie for 4th, Kevin Ulrich and Patrick Sheedy, both with 2. Anton and Monmeat both got 1. Official record matches. It's a beautiful evening here in the park, and we still have a couple more races to go. We got this one on the track now, followed by the longest race of the night. The Cat 1-2 is racing a 50-lapper after this in a big points race. Beverage Garden still open, 314 pies. Still got the savory pies ready to serve out of the food truck behind the behind the grandstands, pardon me. And your leader in the race trying to make the move now. He's bringing along the rider I was talking about earlier, who I think is bringing some great endurance tonight to this event, and says he wants to go, and he tries to put that together with his closest competitor. Might as well separate themselves from the rest of the field and secure some points. They could just ride this now. Instead of trying to sprint against each other, they can sort of work conservatively, taking their turns at the front, becoming a sort of team of 2. Rackness and Hodges together on the home straight. 12 to go. More points coming out this lap. 11 to go. Rounding the corner, your 2 leaders on the track in position and soon to be with points. Hodges looks to pick up the 5 this time as Rackness doesn't want the sprint. He wants a team member here. Rackness for 3, and Anton makes a big move here. He's trying to get up there quickly. The rider for Jerry Baker Jr.'s 429 is on his way. He picks up 2 points, and he's in this bridging effort. Just needs to kind of carry through on this momentum and see if he can connect. Your leader, Rackness, has 13 after the last sprint. Unofficially after that, Kevin Hodges in second with 8. 3 riders with 3. Dan Pham, Anton Ernishev, and Patrick Sheedy. 2 points to Kevin Ulrich, 1 point to Manmeet Ranu. We are calling the field the front of the race now. So this group of 3 is the field in this race. They now set position and lap, just these 3 riders hitting Broadmark Realty capital sign turn 1. As Anton, the junior, making his way up to the front too. The other piece of that is when you saw Paul not sprinting against Kevin in that last opportunity to get points, not only does he not want to compete against his best help, he also knew he had a pretty healthy lead, and he wants to make sure to have enough for the next 2, especially the big final sprint. So racing smart here, the rider in red for Audi, doing just enough to stay ahead and not too much if he doesn't need to. 7 to go. Hodges on the front. He's got Anton and Paul right with him. Number 410, Kevin Ulrich is the next closest rider in another bridge effort. Seen a couple riders trying to scramble up to where the leaders are, recognizing that they're not going to slow off their pace. And if you can't join in on this, you're not in on the action. You will miss out on all the points. Now, as this group of 4 will be gobbling up the next sprint. Ulrich's almost there to make it a group of 4. If he could make it there, he'll save a lot of effort. But the sprint's just not going to be getting in the way. It's going to be a tough time to catch. 6 to go. And that is the bell ringing for points. Our 2 points leaders going head to head now. They are sprinting. Hodges wants it. He gets it. 5 to the rider in green. 3 for the rider in red. 429 picks up 2. 410, the rider in blue, I believe, for Gene Johnson, picking up 1, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to check in on the placement of the catch there as the field was coming around some riders during the sprint. So those riders that were caught were called down a lap, therefore they were eligible for points. So we'll go to the first 4 across the line, not as I called it. We will configure and get that out here shortly. All right, your leaders getting tighter here. Rackness got 3 in the last sprint. He's got 16 now with Hodges now sitting at 13 points. So 16 and 13 to the 2 leaders that are on the back straight, the green and red. The rider in red still in the lead by 3. Anton's got 5. Patrick Sheedy's got 3. Dan Pham has 3. Kevin Ulrich has 2. I think a couple other riders are down a lap. I'm not really in the race, so to speak, even after picking up some points in the last sprint. Rider seeing 2 to go as they hit the home straight. Ulrich starting to pick up some pace here. Number 410 gets to the front of the race and wants to go. Not currently the conversation to win the race is number 410, but if he can get a big finish here in the last sprint, he might be able to work his way into a top 3 still. Anton, the junior, wants to be in the mix as well, so he's the rider at the back with that orange bike in the back of the group of 4 that's kind of found themselves together as they now hit turn 3. Your race leader, the rider in red with the white helmet, needs to place ahead of the rider in green to ensure his victory. If he's too far behind the rider in green, he may drop to second, as there is only a 3 points difference between them. Final lap. Hesitation as we cross the line, waiting for somebody else to get the sprint going. Your race leader waiting for someone to move. It's the junior first. I think Paul is waiting to see the green jersey, but he's not going to see it as he's watched currently by that rider on his wheel. Making the run at it down the back straight. Anton leads it at first, but Rackness with the second turn is going to take the lead now. Rackness in head-to-head with Hodges. Trying to get the Big 10 is the rider for Audi Racing. Hodges will get it over Rackness. And it'll be number 410, Kevin Ulrich for 4, and Anton for 2. And a great race for the Cat 4 men. Once again, coming down to that final sprint. Well done to all of our competitors in this group. They are completed for tonight. A couple more riders coming across the line will be making their exit on the back straight, and then we'll get riders onto the track here in a moment. That should have been the last of our finishers, which means we are clear to cross the track and bring riders up to the rail. Cat 1-2s to the rail for the long points, please. Cat 1-2 men to the rail for the long points. All right, long points, 50 on the lap cards. We're in the neutral. Same rules apply, but they got 10 chances to sprint in this one. I think Amara was trying to put a plant in for the spectators out there. If you don't know who to cheer for, look for the rider with the longest bib number. Still wearing the Cat 3 number and jumping out again for another race tonight. This will be our final competition tonight, and which should be a fun one for the Cat 1-2 men. Lots of ways to win a points race, and with this many laps, lots of ways to approach it as well. Riders are going to have to come out with a good combination of top speed, endurance, recovery. All of the things are really important in a points race. You have to have sort of that complete athletic package for when it comes to track racing to come out on top in a competition like this, even in these smaller fields. Groups together looking like they're about to get their signal. And racing can begin. 50 laps to go. Chris Wilson, number 27 for the Found Cycling Guild, gets things started first. Hope you're enjoying yourselves out there, folks. Thanks again for coming and cheering on the riders in person. If you're still here, don't forget to make some noise for your favorite riders if they're doing an attack and if they're off the front. Maybe you're here supporting Found Cycling, or you just like this guy, the cowboy, Chris Wilson. He's making the early attack and making it look fun. If you're out here enjoying racing and your evening's kind of wrapping up, you're taking off, thanks for joining us. We're here every single week racing on Friday nights during the summer months. 7 p.m. start time as long as the weather permits us to. Precipitation, our greatest enemy here. Yeah, and I suppose if there's not a fire on the side of the road on one of the major interstates, that's also an issue. You can find out more about all the programs I've talked about tonight. Check out our calendar. Take a look through the race programs, our race book, and learn more about who we are here at the Velodrome by going to our website, velodrome.org. Got a tune in from Julie Peterson, who was, man, what a speedster Julie was during Fred's race. If you want to actually go back and rewatch the racing, you can do that on our YouTube channel as well. But Fred's race was fun. We had, she came in from out of town, Julie Peterson did, and she says, watching racing is fun. Wish she could be back here joining us as well. We hope to see you again here, out here at the Velodrome. We were unable, if you haven't noticed, we were unable to host one of our open women's fields tonight as our registration number is a little short, a little shy for a normal Friday night for us. We've been hosting open women's fields all season long. Just a little bit of a slower night here tonight for us on the racer registration. Here's our first chance for points. 46 to go as the lap shows 46 and the bell's ringing in this long points race. You cannot count out the chance for a rider to lap the field here, and that might matter. Maybe even a small group of riders lapping the field in a race of this length. Number 7 trying to get the first points. It'll be 15 for 5, 7 for 3, 24. Mario Sandoval, leader's jersey for 2. I think that was number 4 for 1, Andy Baker. Maddie Hers leads the race with 5 points. That's number 15. Closely behind him with 3 points, Dave Richter, number 7. The rider in green with the black helmet, about 5th place in the lineup right now, or 5th wheel in the lineup. Now it moves up to 3rd. 3rd place overall so far with 2 points, Super Mario, the Rider of the Year jersey, hometown out of San Jose, California. He's a local, though, competing here for the Found Cycling Guild. And with 1 point, Andy Baker, the Broadmark Realty Capital team in the white and blue. Another of our Seattle area competitors has 1 point. New fans of the Velodrome may not know about the fact that we used to be called the Marymore Velodrome back in the day. And the passing of the man who really made this place happen sort of caused us to pause and remember his family and Jerry for all he did and all he was. Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome then got its name. You can read a little more about him on our website under the About section. And his son out here, Andy Baker, president for the board, number 4, always a favorite to cheer for. So yes, so the same family name, the Bakers. Part of the story and the family here at our Velodrome that's important for people to know about. We're run by a nonprofit organization called the Marymore Velodrome Association. All purchases that happen within this area, except at our food trucks, are straight donations back into the organization we are. So your thanks for your donations at the door as you came in or any purchases in the beverage garden. Look at this, the upgrade boy. Wade Schultz making an attack. He was really mad that he didn't get points in the first sprint. He says that a sprint happened and they didn't call my name. So trying to do something different here around the turn. He'll get things going off quick. Here comes Richter, though, to counterattack. Hers and Sandoval also flying in fast. Richter with good top speed out of the turn. Hers trying to repeat from the last sprint. 3 up riders here. Woo-hoo-hoo. I think it might have been Found Cycling went 1 and 2. Hers might have found just the 2 points there. Wade for 1. All right, got some good sprinting going on here at the beginning of this race. Richter's gotten in both of them. Good enough now for first as he has total up to 8 points now. Richter, the Rocket for Found Cycling Guild, in the lead with 8. Matty Hers in second. The Caleb Rohrbach Racing Team is what he still says in his account. I'm not sure that that's accurate anymore. Number 15 in second with 7. Super Mario with 5. Number 24 in third. After that, I got Andy Baker still with 1 and Wade Schultz with 1. That matches the officials' record as well. So your leaders are pretty close in points right now. But it's pretty early to call anything that much of an advantage in this long of a race. Lap card still showing 38 to go. Only 2 of our 10 sprints completed. Christian Miller out here riding for himself tonight, makes a move from 4 wheels back and takes the front. Makes it the attack at a time that could set up for points. Number 5 missed some of our early season, so hasn't had the opportunity to kind of race into the same shape. Maybe just trying to make something happen and invite this attack behind him. As he hits the back straight, it will be Chris Wilson that takes the big bite and is now launching his own attack around into turn 4. Chris Wilson still at the front. Here comes Hers again, trying to be involved in just about every sprint. Chris Wilson, Matty Hers, Andy Baker. Ooh, on the outside, it's number 4, and then 15 gets 3. Chris Wilson for 2. Carl Hofer gets his first point. Yeah, Carl Hofer is a name we haven't talked about much, but again, in these really long races, someone like him is certainly someone to keep our eyes on. Number 23, the rider in red, makes his name called for the first time tonight, picking up his first point. But there's lots of opportunities left at 34 to go. Still plenty of sprinting. Yeah, thanks, Sam. We do know we're having a little bit of issue with one of our scripts getting the laps remaining to show on stream during the race, and not a great night for that to happen on such a long race, so I'm going to try to say it a lot during the racing. Thanks for pointing that out. I know it's some weird glitch we're having on our end. We'll get it sorted out for next week. We usually have a script running that lets us show the laps remaining up on screen. Let's check where we are on the points right now. This is the unofficial call on my side. Matty Hers, your leader with 10 points. In second, the Rocket has got 8. Following him, Andy Baker, number 4, with 6 points. In third, Sandoval in fourth with 5. Chris Wilson's got 2. Carl Hofer has 1. Wade Schultz has 1. The numbers match up with the official record. Thanks, Sam. We appreciate it. Tuning in on the stream and dropping a comment. If you're here in person, you can ask a question to me, too. If you're down there in corner 1 and wondering about something about you see out here, or have a question about racing or why someone's doing this or that, or about the equipment or anything, you can drop a question on the YouTube stream. Find the stream live at velodrome.org/live or our channel name, JB Velodrome. Search for us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you too can be a part of the action every week. Another sprint coming on here at 31 to go. Richter, number 7, takes the front spot to start things off. He has a good number of points right now. He's near the top of this competition. Here comes our recent upgrader, though. Number 330 sends off his own attack. Wade Schultz, line up from the middle of the field. He's looking fresh for this one. I think he'll take at least 3 here. Richter's trying to come back into it, though. Schultz with good projection on this attack. 5 for Schultz. 3 for Richter. I think it's 2 for number 17 unofficially. It was awfully close between Darlene and Ludo Max. All right, our field kind of coming together here after that last sprint. Things staying close here at the top of the competition. All right, my unofficial call, Matty Hers with 10, or excuse me, Dave Richter now with 12, your leader over Hers with 10. In second place, third place, excuse me, Wade Schultz with 6 and Andy Baker in 6 points. They are tied, both with 6 points apiece. Sandoval's got 5. Mike Darlene and Chris Wilson have 2. Carl Hofer and Ludo Max have 1. Bell's ringing at 26 to go. 26 to go. We're just hitting the halfway point here, folks, for this grueling points race. The riders, I mean, they showed up today, though. This is great tempo and great speed from them in the middle of these sprints. Sandoval now on that Rider of the Year jersey needs to get active. He found a good opportunity working from the front of the field. Baker's on his wheel, though. He's going to try to make it fast all the way to the line. Baker, Sandoval, Baker, Sandoval, Hers, and Richter. All right, I think I might have miscalculated a little bit in the previous sprint before this one, but I'm getting sorted back out again. So I'll get the unofficial call here again shortly. They just saw 24 to go as they came across the line. The two riders off the front, Carl Hofer and Chris Wilson, a very predictable duo to be trying to pop away from this field. I like seeing this here in the second half of the race as some of the riders are getting gas. This is a great opportunity for these two to do exactly what they're doing. And certainly a dynamic duo of sort of endurance-geared riders looking to try to pop away from this field and keep it just to the two of them. Unofficially, your leader, Matty Hers, with 12. Richter and Baker in second with 11. Those are your top 3. Following that, I got Sandoval with 8 in 4th place. And Wade Schultz in 5th with 6. Darlene and Wilson with 2, Carl Hofer and Ludo Max with 1. Speaking of Wilson and Hofer, here they are off the front, trying to make it more than that at 22 to go. How's that, folks out there on the stream? Now we're showing the lap cards live on the camera. How clever is that? Yeah, we got solutions around here. It's only for 20 more laps racing, but we might as well. 21 to go. And number 27's at the front trying to find some more points. Here comes the rest of the field. On the wheel right now, Mike Darlene. And it'll be Chris Wilson for 5, Carl Hofer for 3. And whoa! Wade Schultz 2, Richter 1. Your leaders at this point unofficially is Matty Hers and Dave Richter, both with 12 points in a tie. I'm glad I'm saying unofficial over and over again because I got a pretty turned around several laps ago. So it is Chris Wilson, though, and Carl Hofer that have made the most recent biggest improvements. I believe Chris Wilson should go up to 7 and Carl Hofer up to 4 after the last sprint. But again, a couple calls didn't come my way that were a bit close, so I'm a little bit off on the numbers. I'll get some updates here shortly. Okay, so we're just a few points off here. I'll get the announcement clear as mud after this one. 16 to go and the bell's ringing. That's Little Max at the front as things are going off. Right now, it's still number 7 in the lead of the race just by a single point. Look out for number 15 right in front of him, who's also clawing at this lead. He's just trailing by 1. He's going to leave Richter behind now. So here goes Chris Wilson off the front, and Andy Baker is on the wheel. Number 4 is only 2 points off the lead, so he tries to go and snatch away the lead himself. Baker around the outside. Ooh, Wilson, it'll be Baker. Wilson, Hers, Hofer. All right, let's see how I can do here. So I'm hoping this is now back in line with where we should be with the points, a little bit more accurate. Andy Baker, your leader right now in the race, number 4, has 15. In second is Matty Hers with 14 points. 16 points, my mistake on Baker. Dave Richter now with 13 is your rider in third place. Chris Wilson with 10. Sandoval and Schultz with 8. Carl Hofer with 5 now. Mike Darlene, 2. Ludomax, 1. All right, very good. So with the update to Andy Baker being 16 and Darlene with 1 point, those corrections should now be in alignment with the officials. All right, and we're in there just in time because we got, what, 3 more sprints left to go. Leader of the race right now, though, is the rider for the Broadmark Realty team, Andy Baker, number 4, with 16 points. Next closest rider is Matty Hers, number 15, trailing only by 2, and Dave Richter, number 7, trailing by 3 to the lead of the race. So there's those big names. We've talked about them several times already coming into this race, so no surprise to see them leading the way so far. Sandoval, the Rider of the Year jersey, trying to get back into this thing. He's got some early points, trying to get recovered up enough for the last few sprints here. He leads out this sprint, not likely going to be a contender from that position as the rest of the field should swarm and take the position at the front now. Baker first. Here comes Richter and Hofer. Richter looking very quick on this one. He was set to spring the attack. He'll take back the lead, I believe, with this sprint. Richter. Whoa, Little Max, number 35, might have gotten the 3. That was close between him and Hofer. I'll wait on the official call there. Number 4 should get 1 more. Richter takes the lead back with 18 points. Andy Baker in second with 17 unofficially. I'll wait on the call between the 2 middle sprinters there in the group as it was Ludo Max and Carl Hofer fighting over 3. Those are the 2 riders behind Andy Baker at the front of the lineup. And here we got a fun attack out the front from number 5, Christian Miller. Now, the front of the race is the rider in green, Chris Wilson with the white helmet. I just want to give some, we got small fields tonight. I want to give everybody a little bit of love. Like Haldeman here from Haldy's Hand-Built Wheels on the front, wearing in the single malt Velos jersey. We got him framed right now. He's got the lead of the lap. But no, the front is indeed Wade Schultz, crossing the line out, 7 to go. Number 330, looking at the back end of a couple riders. Your leaders, Richter and Baker, kind of trading blows now as they're starting to try to pull away from some of the other riders, but just barely. Richter in the lead with 18, Baker in second with 17, Hers in third with 14. Bit of separation between them and the next closest rider, Chris Wilson with 10. Sandoval and Wade Schultz with 8. Bell's ringing. 2 more sprints to go. Chris Wilson at the lead of the lap. I think it's going to be Matty Hers' turn to try to get back in the lead. It looks like these leaders are just taking one on and then resting the next one off. Oh, Hers is dropping here a bit. He's going to let the field really feel this one. Wade Schultz is trying to get some more points. Here comes Ludo Max as well. Matty Hers for 5, Wade 3, Ludo 2, Mario 1. New leader, Matty Hers now takes it back. Our top 3 just keep trading blows one after the other. Can't count this rider out as number 15. Sneaks back into the lead with 19. Richter in second with 18. Andy Baker in third with 17. 2 points separating those 3 riders at the top of the competition. After that, let's see, we've got Sandoval trying to get back in this thing in 5th, just behind Wade Schultz sitting in 4th. He upgraded tonight from the Cat 3s. He's double dipping this evening into the Cat 1-2s, and he's still in 4th overall tonight at this stage of the race. And we also got Chris Wilson there with 10, who's actually in 5th. Sandoval 1 point behind him. Carl Hofer with 7. Ludo Max with 6. Mike Darlene with 1. That call matches the official results to this point. Off the front, Chris Wilson, Ludo Max. Here goes Hofer on this big final breakaway. Chris Wilson and Ludo Max trying to pursue. I think that, yeah, right now there's only one position in the final sprint available to the field. And that means that whoever wants to win this race out of those top 3 might be trying to figure out how to get these points. Otherwise, it's going to be the order it already is. You can see the 3 of them watching each other. In fact, along the rail, number 7, 15, and 4. And there goes 7. He had a great lane. Very big move in the field. Here comes the bell for the leaders, though. Hofer on the front trying to get the final 10. Chris Wilson, Ludo Max fighting over 6. Down the back straight, it's the sprint for 2 points. But this is a very critical 2 points because this could be the win of the race. 7 makes the first move, and here comes Andy Baker now trying to get it. This is going to be for the win if he can get it. For points, here we go. Number 4 is trying to get 2. I'll just make the call over the microphone. We'll keep our eyes on the field. It's Hofer for 10, Ludo Max for 6, and Chris Wilson for 4 more. The sprint out of the field, though. If Baker can't get the 2, then it's going to be Matty Hers likely the winner. Unless Richter can get the 2. Sandoval moving around. It's Richter going to get the 2. Number 7 gets 2 more points. And 2 points going his way should give him the straight out victory in the points. Matty Hers in second, Andy Baker in third. All right, folks. We're selling a few things out here before we print out the results, but that is the end of competition tonight. It's a short Friday night and a fun one. Thanks to everybody who was here to join us for the fun. We hope you had a great time tonight. How about more round of applause for the athletes for a great evening? If you're still here, let them know you appreciate it. That was some fun. Thank you all that are cheering them on. We appreciate you joining us. It was a beautiful evening and a great time, and you can count on us to be here again for more racing on a Friday night. As long as the rain stays away, you can find us here at 7 p.m. Velodrome.org for more information about all of our great racing programs, educational offerings, our calendar, and more. Follow us on social media at JB Velodrome on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us on Facebook on the fan page and, of course, our YouTube channel. Growing quickly this summer. Find us JB Velodrome on YouTube, where we stream all the action live every single week. If you're still on the stream and you haven't left that quick thumbs up or hit the subscribe button, you probably are here because you enjoy what we're doing. Don't forget to do it before you shut down the stream. It really helps us out as we continue to grow and expand what we offer here at the Velodrome and our streaming services for folks around the world. We'll stay open to the beverage garden for a little bit longer. Food truck's still here taking your orders. And thanks again for joining us for all this great racing. We look forward to hosting you again for more great racing action here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.